Buzz Conference 92 at 94.7 The Buzz. Next up, get the gentleman just moved back from Germany about 3 weeks ago.
And he's skipping school to be with us.
Guten Tag.
Did you see our friend Kyle?
All right, so I got a bit of a statement before my question, and that's just that, Phil, I want to let you know you influenced me to start playing bass.
My sister.
Mike, it's because of you that I picked my guitar back up and started playing again. So I just wanted to let you guys know that all of you have inspired me and my band back in Germany. And I wanted to know, what do you feel drives you emotionally, like as a band and everything?
For me, it's like I'm not good with words, like talking and stuff. So I want to express myself like through music or art, and that's where I get the most joy out of everything, I think. Anyone else?
Phil had something to say. You're sitting there laughing.
No, I really had nothing there. Thanks, so Steve.
I don't know. For me, like, music is just like, it's always been a part of my life, and something that I took piano lessons for 8 years, and my mom was always playing the piano at the house, and always had the radio on or whatever. So it's just kind of always been around, and so I have like probably over 1,000 CDs in my collection. So it's just cool for me to be able to, help create some of that stuff that I've enjoyed so much. And I just figure that if I have 1,000 CDs in my collection, I should be able to sit down and try to come up with something that's pretty cool for a CD's worth of songs. And it's just kind of cool, the whole cycle of music. It's like we've looked up to so many bands over the years and been influenced by bands, and now, like you're saying, it's still hard for us to kind of believe, but we've been able to influence some other people too. So it's cool, and it just kind of keeps the cycle going. So it's cool to be part of that.
So do you do like paradiddles?
Nope, I don't know what any of that stuff is.
And what about you, Philip? Do you finger, or do you?
Yes, he does.
Okay, you guys got me on that one.
Yeah, I believe you meant finger or a prick.
No, yes, I don't. I can't even. You know what? I can't even answer that.
He doesn't play with a pick.
Yes, I do not play with a pick.
Okay, so
just his fingers and a prick.
and I that stuff just I just black out. But thanks. So Laura, who's next?
Yes, Steve. I just wanted to ask, where did you get that new tattoo you got?
Where did you?
On your left arm.
Where did you get that?
What's your name, bitch?
I'm Susie.
All right,
Phyllis.
So it was a woman?
No.
Oh. That's a pretty nice tattoo. That's the latest.
Yeah, I just got it in Jackson.
And what tattoo artist?
His name's D. Peacock. Peacock's tattoo. He's the best in the world, and at least the cheapest for me.
That's good. You give him a few CDs?
Yeah, just give him free tickets to the show, and he gives you thousands of dollars worth of free tattoos.
That's cool. Have to hook up with you then for him.
Yep.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Rebecca, and I just wanted to know who your biggest band influence is.
Jared, you opened up that door.
Well, for me, it's Metallica for sure, because that's the first metal album that I heard was Injustice for All, and up to that point, I'd listened to mostly like John Mellencamp and NXS and Huey Lewis, and those were my favorite bands. So, so when I heard, I've always appreciated good musicianship, and when I heard Justice, that was the first thing that caught me was, how technical the drums and the guitars and everything were, and so I became kind of a metalhead after that. So, and I think that we are all into Metallica pretty heavily at some point, but now it can be anything. We're all obviously big Deftones fans, and appreciate all different kinds of music. So
I don't even know how to answer that question.
I'm a big fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like Flea, obviously, is an amazing bassist. So he's my boy.
So he uses his fingers. Huh?
What up, dog?
I don't know. For me, because I grew up a drummer my whole life, pretty much. So, one of the biggest bands in Mike and I's lives was a hardcore band called Life of Agony that actually took heavy music and put singing on top of it rather than just the nonstop screaming. And it had a lot of melody and a lot of great songwriting to it. So that was probably one of the few bands that actually made me want to stop drumming and start singing. That and the fact that we didn't know any people that could sing at all. So that was probably one of the biggest bands that influenced me to at least want to try singing and do something a little bit different than the average stock band, I guess. Like y'all?
I started playing guitar because of Eddie Van Halen. I realized my entire room was painted red and white stripes like his guitar, and I had posters everywhere, and I was like, hey, why don't I try that? So luckily enough, my mom and dad helped me get my first guitar and amp, and that's how it started.
Well, darn good story.
Anybody else want to help with that? Done? Mom?
Who are you guys?
You gotta have a cool question. You pulled your kid out of school. That's rad.
Well, I think it's important to support music and encourage him, and so I guess that's kind of my question as the mom. Did you all get a lot of support from your parents, or was there some issues there? Like, no, you can't practice here. No, you can't cut your hair that way. And
there was definitely some issues for me as far as going home and playing my guitar when I'm supposed to be in school, or taking their college money and using it to make CDs and help the band without them knowing. But now, they're 100% supportive. They understand that I had to do that stuff to get to where we are today. So
I'm really surprised at how supportive my parents have been. I wanted to be a doctor before this, and I got my bachelor's degree, so my parents paid for probably $80,000 worth of college, and then I decided that this would be a lot more fun than going to medical school. And so but yeah, all of our parents have been really supportive. They all come to all the shows, and they just realize that this is a important thing, and it's an opportunity that only comes once in a lifetime. There's plenty of doctors in the world that have made it and become successful, and there's really only a few kind of bands that have been able to be successful. So it's good. Support your kids, for sure.
My mom was like you. She didn't care if I went to school. She just supported me all the time. She got me a drum set when I was 4 years old. She got me my first guitar.
Me and Steve played upstairs in his bedroom for probably 12 years, almost every single day.
Basically, probably still will when we have time off. even though we can't fit our equipment in there, and it's just a real small house. She's always been there for us, and like Jared said, all our parents, come to most of the shows every time that we're home. Even out of town, they try to come see us as much as possible, and they love it because I think obviously they realize that we stuck to our guns and we've battled through something that should be hard to do, I guess, in a way. But we're happy with where we're at, so if they can live through that and know that we're happy, then obviously they're going to be happy parents. So that's the greatest thing ever. Only if the show's going really bad and I hate the crowd will I make Jared switch with me, but I've done it before.
You guys have a different style?
Yeah.
What about you, Philip? How's supportive is the parent?
I don't know. My parents, I still think, don't really understand it too much, but they've always trusted in me, at least. Like, I dropped out of college, and my dad, I think, is still kind of waiting for me to go back and get my education and all that. But they always ask my older brother, like, hey, is what he's doing cool? Is this okay? Is this going to be like a career? And he's like, yeah, Mom, trust. Like he's been behind me all the way. He understood the whole music business, and like when I tell him, hey, Fred Durst called us, man, it's awesome, and he's like, yeah, that's cool. He understood. My parents were like, who? What? I don't understand. What are you doing? And they're cool though. They come to shows, when they can. They live a little farther than everybody else's parents, but they've always been supportive of me, if not the music.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up.
Going to wrap it up. Buzz Conference 87 now with Taproot. What do you got?
I've got a drawing.
Sunglasses?
Oh, yeah.
And one of the Buzz listeners is going to get this guitar over there.
This is for an autographed guitar that one of these lucky folks at one are going to get. And
this is for the autographed guitar. Steven's
This is for the autographed guitar.
Come on. Jared, help us out.
Rings thrown it off.
Joel Uphouse.
There it is. Don't forget the show tonight out at the Cox Taproot. Guys, thanks for stopping, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, this is really cool.
No problem. I'll take that $10 after the show.
It's Matt and Tattoo on 94.7.
What's that really?
The Buzz.
Susie person.